America, a land of boundless opportunity where dreams are chased and ambitions are realized. From the bustling streets of New York City to the serene landscapes of the Midwest, America is a mosaic of cultures, ideas, and aspirations. A nation forged in the fires of revolution, where the quest for freedom and independence ignited a spirit that would forever change the course of history. The echoes of the Revolutionary War still resonate in the monuments and stories passed down through generations. A beacon of hope for generations seeking a new life, the Statue of Liberty stands tall as a symbol of welcome and opportunity. Ellis Island, once the gateway for millions, holds the tales of those who dared to dream of a better future. The American story isn't a single narrative but a vibrant tapestry woven from countless individual journeys. Each thread represents a unique experience, a personal struggle, and a triumph that contributes to the nation's rich and diverse heritage. It's a saga of triumph and tragedy, innovation and struggle, unity and division. From the early days of industrialization to the pivotal moments of the civil rights movement, America's history is a testament to its resilience and capacity for change. This is the American Odyssey, a captivating journey through time, exploring the events and characters that have shaped this extraordinary nation. The landscapes may change, but the spirit of exploration and discovery remains constant. From the first settlers who braved the unknown to the pioneers who pushed westward, the American spirit has always been defined by a relentless pursuit of something more. The westward expansion was not just a movement of people, but a testament to the enduring quest for new horizons. It's a spirit embodied in the countless immigrants who arrived on these shores, seeking a better life for themselves and their children. Their stories of hope, perseverance, and adaptation are the bedrock of the American experience. It's reflected in the artists, inventors, and thinkers who dared to challenge conventions and redefine what was possible. Their creativity and innovation have propelled the nation forward, breaking barriers and setting new standards. But the American Odyssey is also a story of challenges overcome and lessons learned. The Great Depression, civil rights struggles, and other adversities have tested the nation's resolve, shaping its character and fortifying its spirit. The nation has grappled with its share of darkness, from slavery and segregation to economic hardship and social unrest. These periods of turmoil have left indelible marks, but they have also sparked movements for justice and equality. Yet through it all, the American spirit has endured, fueled by a belief in resilience, reinvention, and the unwavering pursuit of a more perfect union. Communities have come together to rebuild, and the flag continues to wave as a symbol of hope and unity. This essay will delve into the heart of the American Odyssey, exploring the pivotal moments, the iconic figures, and the lesser-known stories that have shaped the nation's identity. From the founding fathers to the unsung heroes, each has played a role in the unfolding narrative. It's an invitation to rediscover the past, understand the present, and imagine the future of this ever-evolving experiment in democracy. Join us as we embark on this journey, celebrating the spirit of America and its enduring legacy. The seeds of the American Odyssey were sown long before the nation's founding. The story of America is one of exploration, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of a better life. It is a tale that begins with the arrival of European settlers who sought new opportunities and a fresh start in an unknown land. European colonists, driven by a thirst for new beginnings and economic opportunity, arrived on the shores of a continent already inhabited by diverse Native American tribes. These tribes had their own rich cultures, traditions, and ways of life, which had flourished for centuries before the Europeans set foot on their land. The clash of cultures, the struggle for resources, and the complex relationship between colonists and indigenous peoples would profoundly shape the nation's trajectory. Trade and cooperation were often overshadowed by conflict and misunderstanding, leading to a turbulent coexistence that would leave lasting scars on both communities. The early colonies, each with its distinct character and motivations, became crucibles of innovation and self-governance. Colonists brought with them a spirit of independence and a desire to create communities that reflected their values and aspirations. These settlements became the testing grounds for ideas that would later define the American ethos. From the bustling port of Boston to the fertile farmlands of Pennsylvania, a new society began to take root, laying the groundwork for a uniquely American identity. The diversity of the colonies, with their varied economies and social structures, contributed to a rich tapestry of experiences and perspectives that would shape the nation's future. Yet, simmering beneath the surface was a growing discontent with British rule. The colonies, while diverse, shared a common frustration with the distant monarchy that imposed taxes and regulations without representation. This sense of injustice began to unite the colonists in a shared cause. The cry for liberty echoed through the colonies as taxes, regulations, and a sense of injustice ignited the flames of revolution. Protests and acts of defiance became more frequent, and the call for independence grew louder. The colonists were no longer content to be subjects of a distant king. They yearned for self-determination and the right to govern themselves. The year 1776 marked a turning point, a declaration of independence, a bold assertion of self-determination, and the birth of a nation founded on the ideals of liberty and equality. The signing of the Declaration of Independence was a momentous event, signaling the colonies' commitment to breaking free from British rule and establishing a new nation based on democratic principles. The American Revolution wasn't just a war for independence, it was a fight for the very soul of a people determined to chart their destiny. The battles that ensued were fierce and costly, but they were driven by a profound belief in the right to self-governance and the pursuit of a better future. The victory at Yorktown in 1781 secured independence, but the journey was far from over. The triumph was a testament to the resilience and determination of the American people, but it also marked the beginning of a new set of challenges as the fledgling nation sought to establish itself on the world stage. The fledgling nation faced the daunting task of forging a government, establishing a national identity, and reconciling the lofty ideals of its founding with the realities of a diverse and evolving society. The Constitutional Convention was a critical moment in this process, as leaders from the colonies came together to draft a framework for governance that would balance power and protect individual freedoms. The American Odyssey was just beginning. The journey from colonization to revolution was only the first chapter in a long and ongoing story of a nation constantly striving to live up to its founding principles while navigating the complexities of an ever-changing world. With newfound independence, America embarked on a period of westward expansion, driven by a belief in manifest destiny, the idea that the nation was destined to stretch from coast to coast. This belief was not just a political doctrine but a cultural ethos that permeated the American consciousness, inspiring countless individuals to seek new opportunities and a better life in the uncharted territories of the West. Pioneers, lured by the promise of land and opportunity, braved treacherous journeys across the continent, forever altering the landscape and displacing indigenous populations in their wake. These journeys were fraught with danger, from harsh weather conditions to difficult terrain, and many settlers faced significant hardships. Yet their determination and resilience paved the way for the expansion of the American frontier. The 19th century witnessed an explosion of industrial growth, fueled by innovation and a seemingly inexhaustible supply of natural resources. The advent of new technologies and machinery revolutionized industries such as textiles, steel, and coal mining, leading to increased production and economic growth. This industrial boom not only transformed the American economy, but also had profound social and environmental impacts. Factories sprang up in cities like New York, Pittsburgh, and Chicago, drawing waves of immigrants seeking work and a foothold in the burgeoning nation. These immigrants brought with them diverse cultures, traditions, and skills, contributing to the rich tapestry of American society. Urban areas grew rapidly, becoming bustling centers of commerce and industry, but also facing challenges such as overcrowding, poor living conditions, and labor disputes. The railroad, a marvel of engineering, connected the East Coast to the West, accelerating trade and transforming the social fabric of the nation. The construction of the Transcontinental Railroad was a monumental feat that required immense labor and resources, often involving the work of immigrants, including many Chinese laborers. This new transportation network facilitated the movement of goods and people, fostering economic growth and regional integration. But amidst this era of unprecedented growth, America grappled with the growing pains of a young nation. The rapid urbanization and industrialization brought about significant social changes, including shifts in family structures, the rise of new social classes, and the emergence of labor movements advocating for workers' rights. These changes often led to social tensions and conflicts, as the nation struggled to adapt to its new realities. The issue of slavery, a festering wound since the nation's founding, threatened to tear the country apart. The moral and political debates over slavery intensified, leading to deep divisions between the North and South. The Southern economy's reliance on slave labor contrasted sharply with the growing abolitionist sentiment in the North, setting the stage for a national crisis. Abolitionists in the North clashed with slaveholders in the South, setting the stage for one of the darkest chapters in American history. The conflict over slavery culminated in the Civil War, a brutal and devastating conflict that tested the nation's resolve and commitment to its founding principles. The war ultimately led to the abolition of slavery, but the scars of this period would linger for generations. The American Odyssey, like the pioneers who traversed the continent, faced an uncertain future. The nation's journey was marked by both triumphs and tribulations, as it sought to balance progress with the preservation of its core values. The challenges of expansion, industrialization, and social change required constant adaptation and resilience. The nation's westward expansion, industrial might, and burgeoning population had come at a cost, a reckoning with the unresolved sins of its past, and a fight to uphold the very principles upon which it was founded. As America continued to grow and evolve, it faced the ongoing task of addressing its historical injustices and striving towards a more equitable and just society for all its citizens. The year 1861 marked a tragic turning point in the American Odyssey, the outbreak of the Civil War. Brother fought against brother, North against South, in a bloody conflict that would determine the fate of the Union and the future of freedom. The issue of slavery, long a source of tension, had finally reached a boiling point, forcing the nation to confront its deepest divisions. Led by President Abraham Lincoln, a man of unwavering conviction and quiet resolve, the Union fought to preserve the nation and abolish the institution of slavery. On battlefields across the land, from Gettysburg to Antietam, Americans displayed extraordinary courage and sacrifice, their stories etched into the annals of history. After 4 long years of bloodshed and unimaginable loss, the Union prevailed. The Confederacy was defeated, slavery was abolished, and the nation took its first tentative steps towards healing. Yet, the scars of war ran deep, and the struggle for true equality was far from over. The Reconstruction era that followed was a time of both promise and turmoil. Freed slaves navigated the complexities of newfound citizenship, while the South grappled with the legacy of defeat and the dismantling of its old order. The American Odyssey, forever marked by this pivotal chapter, continued its uncertain journey toward a more just and equitable future.